On the 29th of March, Prime Minister Modi had positioned India's future as one where people will have a clear choice between a coalition of the corrupt versus those who are working for the people. Almost 3 weeks later, the issue is among the main poll planks in Karnataka. It has made headlines once again today. The Prime Minister today dialed senior party leader a.Yes. He thanked him, a 5-time MLA who had been denied a ticket to contest next month's Karnataka Assembly election, and for accepting the party's decision. The PM also praised Ishwarappa's loyalty and commitment. The Congress was quick to call it an endorsement of graft, since Ishwarappa had to quit as a minister over corruption charges. Now remember, even as corruption remains one of the main poll planks, just 2 days later Rahul Gandhi is going to hit the campaign trail in the state, where in all likelihood he is going to pick up the issue of Adani and talk about Soot Poot Ki Sarkar all over again.
Today is a sad day for India's democracy. Prime Minister of India put his stamp of approval on 40% corruption when Prime Minister of India Shri Narendra Modi conveyed to all BJP workers in Karnataka that their lives don't matter, that they don't matter. Prime Minister's video talking to Shri Ishwarappa, joking with him, supporting him. Wasn't Mr. Ishwarappa sacked as a minister?
तो वही ईश्वरप्पा जी हैं जो पीडब्ल्यूडी मंत्री थे और इनके खिलाफ भाजपा के कार्यकर्ता संतोष पाटिल ने चिट्ठी लिखी और उसके बाद खुदकुशी कर ली, कमीशन खोरी का आरोप लगाकर 40%। प्रधानमंत्री जी, आप ईश्वरप्पा जी को तो फोन करके रोकने की हिदायत दे रहे हैं, आपने संतोष पाटिल जी के परिवार को फोन किया क्या? और अब ऐसा प्रतीत होता है कि इस 40% कमीशन का आपका पूरा आशीर्वाद प्राप्त था।
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
So is corruption going to be a potent election issue? Does it resonate with the people? Joining me on the debate, Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP, Karnataka Chaudhary, leader of the Congress, continues with us, along with Kapish Srivastava, also continuing with us, the Samajwadi Party, and Vivek Bansal, leader of the Congress. Let's get you actually results of the Times Now ETG poll, where we went to the people asking these very same questions. The first question that we asked them is the issue of Gautam Adani going to be a big one in 2024? And here are the results. Because remember, this has been one of the main themes by the Congress and Rahul Gandhi. 31% have said not at all, 33% have said can't say. Major issue is 22%, 14% say somewhat. Now, the second question we asked is, will the issue of Gautam Adani also fizzle out like the entire Chaukidar Chor Hai campaign? And 35% said seems like it. 14% are the number of people who have said that it will be an issue. 17% says there are bigger issues than Adani. 34% remain undecided. Let's get opening comments on that. Kamar Zaman Chaudhary, it seems the Congress has put in its all on the issue of corruption, but people are saying it will have the same impact as Soot Poot Ki Sarkar.
Padmaja, basically this issue that you have picked up out here, Adani is a national issue because all the states of India have been looted by Adani in active connivance by the powers that are ruling India right now. But Karnataka is fighting these elections on local issues, so I hardly doubt that Adani will be a major issue in the Karnataka elections, and Congress party will like to fight the state elections on the basis of the local issues rather than national issues. We will fight the national issues. We are going to the people on Adani, and there is a very positive feedback and a clear-cut connivance of the government in aiding Adani into a crony capitalist attitude mindset of this BJP government.
While this is going to be a national plank, Karnataka has its own problems of corruption, and that is what the Congress is going to leverage.
You know, Padmaja, I think the poll that you have conducted, the numbers speak for themselves. The fact that 31% feel that the Adani issue will not be a major factor in 2024 and 14% feel it will only be somewhat a factor, while 30% say that, you know, they cannot comment on it. So basically, if I have to juxtapose, 78% largely feel it is a non-issue. Point number one. Point number two, we have not given a ticket to Ishwarappa, be it because of the Santosh Patil mysterious death or not. The fact is, why is nobody questioning D.K. Shivakumar, against whom a charge sheet has been filed, an FIR was filed in 2018 for money laundering, for disproportionate assets to the tune of more than 700 crores. D.K. Shivakumar is fighting from Kanakapura and he is the Karnataka Congress head honcho. So before giving bhashan to the BJP on corruption, morality, ethics, blah, 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 पहले ये बताइए डीके शिव कुमार को टिकट क्यों दिया? We did not give a ticket to Ishwarappa.
Respond, Mr. Bansal, and remember that the High Court today has refused to stay the CBI probe against him. He's the Congress party chief in Karnataka. On corruption, exactly. Apples and apples. Mr. Bansal.
I respect that, and if the court has taken this decision that you're talking about Shiv Kumar now, right?
That's correct,
Hello?
DK Shiv Kumar, because while the Congress today said, the Prime Minister called up Mr. Ishwarappa, and look, that shows that he is personally condoning his corruption. You've got a party chief in Congress who's being investigated, and the court said he will continue to be investigated on corruption charges.
No. If the court says that, we have no issues on that, and I think in the course of time we would be able to vindicate our stand that whatever the charges have been slapped on Mr. Shiv Kumar, they are infructual. In fact, they are futile. They are baseless. Court would be taking.
That's fine, sir. But all I'm saying is, if I'm looking from the outside and I'm saying that here is a party that's going to the people saying BJP number one ki bhrasht party hai, it is 40% sarkar, but my Congress party president is also currently being investigated for corruption, but I am not corrupt. I am okay. Just by the way, Mr. Ishwarappa was cleared of those corruption charges.
Let me just put one thing before you. In BJP, you have a very glaring example where a BJP's MLA was caught with the amount of cash with him, and he had been suspended from the party. Subsequently, and after a very delayed and prolonged after a very delayed.
You're talking about Madal Virupakshappa, but sir, again I come back to the point. If you're going to talk about all of the cases where Congress leaders have been caught with cash or where they are being prosecuted, it will be pretty much an even Stevens. All I'm asking you is that is this entire campaign sticking with the people? I want to take you through a few more numbers before you respond.
Listen,
Sanju Verma, I want you to take a few more numbers where we also asked. Now remember, it was thanks to this entire, anti-corruption campaign where Mr. Rahul Gandhi, ironically in Kolar, said कि सारे मोदी चोर होते हैं. Eventually, he went on to lose his membership. We asked people, is it going to be okay? Is that going to affect the elections at all? Most people said no. Then we asked people, what do you make of the action taken by the CBI and ED against corruption? And 49%, Kapish Srivastava, are calling it spectacular work. This is almost in sync with what the Prime Minister said, that now there is going to be no monkey balancing when it comes to corruption. आप लोगों ने बहुत सारी करप्शन की खबरें दिखाई, he told the media. अब आप करप्शन पे क्रैकडाउन की खबरें दिखाओ. 49% people are saying it's spectacular work. What do you make of the politics that is happening around the action against corruption? 30% people are saying that this is unnecessary politics. 32% are saying the corrupt are scared. Attempt to create political pressure, 14%. 24% can't say. However, I have to ask you this, Sanju Verma, whether we see the question on what do you make of the action by CBI, ED? What do you think of the corruption plank, Adani, etc.? At least 30% of the respondents are saying, we can't say for now. That should be a worry for you. 30% is a pretty huge percentage who are still to make up their mind.
Padmaja, on the corruption issue, what I found very interesting, the survey which you guys have conducted about whether the ED and CBI are doing a good job. 49% have said spectacular. And remember, 17% have also said that the earlier governments did not do anything materially significant. 13% are happy that money is coming back from abroad. And 21% have actually said all of the above. All of the above means they agree that the Modi government is doing a spectacular job. They agree that earlier governments did not do anything significant. They agree that money is coming back from abroad. which means
Okay.
if you ask me, 100% of the sample that you have interviewed basically agrees in some form or the other. The ED and CBI are either doing a spectacular job or are doing a great...
Okay, let's do a live sample survey because it's always very interesting to hear the voice of the people. We've opened our phone lines. Captain VK Singh from Jabalpur is on the line. Do you agree with the findings of this survey? Is corruption a major poll issue, Captain VK Singh, or no, according to you? Go on, Captain Singh, can you hear me? Oh, let me go on to Mr. Swaminathan joining us from Bengaluru. What do you say, sir?
Yeah, Padmaja, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
The very accusation is just pathetic. If in organization of any government, there's a 40% commission, that government would have fallen. And the party whose president is on, whose ex-president is on bail, and whose ex-state president is on bail, how can they talk about corruption? Corruption is a non-issue here.
Okay. All right, so you're calling from Bengaluru. That's an interesting point of view. You are saying that 40% commission, anyone would have fallen. I have to say, though, that this is very contrary to most calls that we get from Bengaluru. People say that, listen, I may support Mr. Modi at the center, but in Karnataka, I have a very different experience. But here's the one one viewer that we had from Bengaluru calling us in. Let's take a couple of more questions before I come across to you, Mr. Kapish Srivastav. When is the Congress most serious when it comes on to the streets? Okay, how do you see the politics played over businessman Gautam Adani? 34% think it is targeted propaganda, 16% call it an international toolkit, 19% think it is against India, and 31% should wait. They say that we should wait for a probe report. So right now, Mr. Srivastav, people are either not convinced at all, or they are saying, let's wait for the investigating agencies to at least give us some clarity. Right now, it is just political rhetoric. Do you think it's a wise plan for the Congress to bank on?
देखिए पद्मजा जी, मैं एक बात स्पष्ट कर दूं आपको कि ये जो आप आंकड़े दिखा रही हैं, इन आंकड़ों से देश नहीं चलता है। लेकिन इतना सही है कि जो प्रधानमंत्री जी ने एक बात कही थी कि ना खाएंगे ना खाने देंगे, लेकिन उन्होंने एक चीज सही कही, खुद तो नहीं खाया लेकिन अपने मित्रों को खूब खिलाया और जनता का राशन उठा करके दे दिया। बताइए, 12 लाख करोड़ रुपए का घोटाला करने वाले, उनपे एक जेपीसी ना दे पाने वाले लोग भ्रष्टाचार के अगेंस्ट कैसे लड़ेंगे? कैसे लड़ेंगे आप बताइए ना मुझे।
नहीं, मैं कुछ कहना चाहती हूँ। May I come in?
Okay, let Sanju Verma respond to that. Let Sanju Verma respond to that. Go on.
नहीं, अभी आप चुप हो जाइए, शांत हो जाइए। आपकी बात मैंने सुनी, अभी मेरी बात सुनने की क्षमता रखिए। You know, I just want to know, is this gentleman from Samajwadi Party, Padmaja?
Yes, he is.
Okay. समाजवादी पार्टी यहाँ बैठकर प्रधानमंत्री के बारे में अनाप शनाप बोलती है, हमको नैतिकता पर भाषण देती है। आपके अखिलेश यादव ने टिकट दी थी फूलपुर से आतिक अहमद को। आपके अखिलेश यादव आतिक अहमद की मौत पर आंसू बहा रहे थे। आपके अखिलेश यादव जब वाराणसी में बम ब्लास्ट हुआ था 2006।
Okay, let's talk about corruption, please.
2010 में बम ब्लास्ट हुआ था। इंडियन मुजाहिदीन के लिए आपके अखिलेश यादव रो रहे थे। इसलिए यहाँ बैठकर नैतिकता पर भाषण मत दीजिए बीजेपी को। Let me quickly come to the moot point.
Yes, let's please stick to corruption.
Very quickly. Padmaja, you started the debate by pointing out issues in Karnataka. You asked about this 40% jive that is doing the rounds. I want to ask one question. Congress panelists on every debate, on every channel, and I go for umpteen debates, say, Adani's wealth, why did it go up by 200%? How did it go up by 400%? So मैं आप ही से सवाल करती हूँ, as per election affidavit of D.K. Shivakumar, his wealth was 251 crore in 2013. His wealth was 840 crore in 2018, and his wealth today is 1440 crore in 2223. In the last 10 years, please tell me what business is D.K. Shivakumar doing? How has his wealth gone up by more than 470?
Okay, it's only fair Kamar Zaman Chaudhary gets to answer that. Yes, go on, Mr. Chaudhary, answer.
Yeah, Padmaja, only reply I can give to Sanjeev Verma is D.K. Shivkumar's wealth went up. The same way Jay Shah's wealth went up from 50,000 rupees to 80 crore rupees. End of the answer. Please do not question. If you have got any substance, CBI is looking into it. Let the truth come out. Otherwise, catch your ears and get out of the show. Secondly, the question that you have put out here,
let's keep our tempers in control.
That you have missed
Anyhow,
out
the answer to that should be fairly...
Why Karnataka? Why?
Okay, it should be fairly visible once there is the investigation that concludes. It is going to continue against Mr. Shivakumar. I'm going to end it over here. It's going to be an interesting campaign from the kind of responses that we have seen. Thanks very much, both gentlemen and Sanju Verma, for joining me. But before I end, I want to actually put before you the final question of this corruption survey, and it should be interesting, quite revelatory for the Congress, because we asked people, when is the Congress most serious about taking to the streets? And 29% said it's when any action is taken on the Gandhis. Only 21% said that they take it when it is in national interest. Thanks for watching.